Are you a GEPF member feeling torn between your family's advice and what you truly want for your retirement or resignation? Let me share with you a story that might resonate with you. I recently met with a GEPF member, a single parent, who was in the exact same predicament. He was about to make one of the most important decisions of his life, retiring or resigning. Now, his kids were eager to help. They researched and presented their views. But as you know, retirement and resignation planning can be particularly complex, and a lot of key elements were overlooked by the kids. Their focus was largely on investment returns, but there's so much more to this. Now, the member felt torn. His heart trusted his kids, but his intuition told him that something was amiss. This decision was about his future, his financial independence, and essentially his peace of mind. And this is when I stepped in. I looked at his unique situation, his hopes, his fears. I considered the delicate balance between his financial independence and his family's relationships. And I devised a plan for him. Now, in this video, I'm going to reveal the exact approach that I used for him, an approach that brought clarity and understanding, and most importantly, allowed him to make an informed decision that he felt confident and happy, and here's the key part, without causing harm or ill feelings. Now, at the end of the day, it's not about investments, it's about understanding your needs, understanding the GEPF, and making a decision that aligns with your goals. And once you grasp this, everything will make perfect sense to you. You'll be well equipped to use the knowledge that you have to make the right choices in your unique situation. Now, let's get started. I want to share with you 3 secrets that I use for this member. And again, as I say, once you implement this, everything just seamlessly falls into place. Remember, the key decision that you're having to make here is a choice between whether you should retire or resign. But I want to take this a step further. As I've shared with you in all the YouTube videos, it's not really about retiring and it's not really about resigning, right? That's just a path that you have to take. The goal that you should be focusing on here is yourself. See, you want to focus on yourself. How do you gain control of your money? How do you ensure that you're never running out of money? And this leads me to the first secret that I want to share with you, right? So secret number 1 is you must be clear on what you want. You must be clear on what you want. And I want you, if you've not done this exercise with me before, I want you to grab a page and pen, hit the pause button, do this with me now so that you get the clarity, right? And you start with some steps moving forward. So when I say focus on what it is that you want, is it important for you that you have an income for life, right? So I want you to be clear. So don't focus again on what retirement has to offer and what resignation has to offer. Let's leave that aside for now. Be clear on what it is that you want. Because if you don't have that clarity, then, and you have a lot of doubt and insecurities, that energy is going to be passed on to your family and they're going to be confused, right? You're also going to be in a position where you're not sure which direction to take if you don't have this clarity. So start to be clear on what you want, right? Is it an income for life? Do you want to pay the least in taxes, right? Now I'm sharing with you things that members share with me, right? The common things that tend to come up. Is it important for you to leave a legacy? Is it important for you to have medical aid? So I want you to make a note of all the things that you find important for you, right? Is it important for you to grow your capital? So once you are clear, and it doesn't matter how many things that you list, right? You list as many as you feel comfortable. Could be 5 things, could be 3 things, could be 7 things, could be 20 things, okay? But I want you to be clear. Make a note of the things that you want, right? That's important for you. Because again, at the end of the day, it's not about retiring or resigning. You're going to look to see which of these 2 options will give you the things that you want, right? So if retirement gives you those options, then you know you're leaning towards retirement. If resignation gives you those options, then you know you're leaning towards resignation. Now that's secret number 1. And this is the starting point, okay? So please make sure that you do this one first. Because the second secret, and there's a reason that this is the second secret, is you want to only invite your family in next, you see? Now, this could be your spouse, it could be your kids, it could be people that help you to make financial decisions. That's okay, but you only want to get them in next. You first want to be clear on what you want, okay? And then you want to invite them in. And the reason for that is when you invite them in, I mean, they love you, they care about you, but let's face it, they will have their own opinions. They will see things in a different light. And the family that I had engaged with, often when I'm engaging with families that have kids, and I like engaging with the kids, I like engaging with the spouses, critically important, right? Because remember, if one of the goals that you have is about legacy planning, which is very common for all members that I engage with, if it's important for you to have a legacy, you want to involve your family. You want to make sure that they are part of the process, you see, because ultimately at that time that you close your eyes, who do they reach out to? Where do they get the kind of support, right? So this is why I like to have families inside of the consults that I have with me, because they know, even if it's not in the beginning, but at some stage, I want to engage with the family so that they are familiar with it, right? Now, let's bear in mind, they'll have their own opinions, okay? And they will see things that's very different. Now, I use one of the challenges that came up with one of the members that I had helped. Very often the kids, naturally, they're much younger, you see. And usually when you are much younger, you can afford to take more risk, see? So they might see investing in a different light to how you see investing, because they're not dependent on that money. They are working or they're still studying, but they're not dependent on this money, this pool of money that you have with GEPF. They haven't worked the length of time that you've worked. So it's hard for them to see that kind of value. Now, you've worked all those years. You know what you put in order, the sacrifices that you made to get that nest egg of money that you have with GEPF, right? You know what you put into that. So in your case, you might want to protect this a lot more. And in their case, it might be okay that markets ebb and flow. They might be comfortable with this arrangement that markets do this. And you might not like that. So this is why it's critically important that you get clear on your goals in the beginning, and then you bring them in. But when you bring them in, you're now sharing with them, hey, look, this is what I want from my situation. See, help me to find those goals. So when you are clear like that, you're no longer focusing on their opinions. You respect their opinions, but you're telling them, hey, look, this is what you want from this. Help me to get those things, right? And here's the third critically important step. Vitally important. If you don't know about tax planning, if you don't know about investing, if you don't know about medical aid, if you don't know about insurance company products, creating a legacy, if you haven't had any experience of doing GEPF resignation planning, right? And I'm guessing you didn't because you're probably retiring or resigning for the first time. You want to get a specialist, okay? You want to get a specialist, someone who's in a position to give you guidance on both options, retiring or resigning, but also someone, as I've written here, someone who cares, right? And how do you know this? It's so simple. One word. One word. I'm going to give you the secret right now. Listen. Someone who is going to listen to you, right? Not someone who's going to sell you a policy, not someone who's opening their computer to do a quote, someone who's just going to sit down with you, listen to what it is that you want, right? Listen to these goals that you've listed out here. Listen to that. Listen to your family members, right? Listen to the intricate details that you want. How do you want to structure this thing, right? And then come back and create a plan for you. You see, and why I said it's important to work with someone who is a specialist is you want someone who's experienced at working with GEPF, not someone who's doing a general financial planning service, right? Because the problem with general financial planning services, the process for GEPF is extremely delicate, especially if you want to look at resignation, because resignation allows you to customize this, meaning you can create something that's suitable for you, suitable for your family. So if that's the case, in order to create it, you need someone who cares, someone who is going to listen to exactly what you want, and then craft a solution that's based around those goals, right? Now, when you get that solution from this specialist, that's when you're in a position to feel a lot more fulfilled, right? Because you have all the things that are important for you. And because one of your goals is to take care of your family, they are happy because now they know that you found a provider, you've got someone who's now aiming at protecting you and that they are protected at the time that you close your eyes. Now, I hope the video has been extremely helpful for you. In fact, I want you to comment for me, right? Comment below, especially if you're a parent, single parent, your kids are important to you. Comment below, share with me what you think about the 3 secrets that I've shared with you today. And I want to hear from you, which of these secrets have been most appealing to you, right? Does this help shift your view in terms of how you see GEPF retirement resignation? The next thing I want you to do, if you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel so that you get access to the videos as soon as I bring them out. And remember to give me a thumbs up because that way it motivates me, right? It inspires me. I know that I'm providing content to you that's useful and helpful. And lastly, I always say this in the videos, I believe it's important for GEPF members to come together as a community. The videos that I've created for you on YouTube are completely free. So there's someone else going through the similar situation that you're going through. Share this video across to another GEPF member. Let's help to grow the community, help to empower all GEPF members to make more informed decisions. and I'll catch you in the next video.